Hello, everybody, and welcome to Weigh In Wednesday. I am your host, Joseph Legendary Musso, aka the Cryptowhisperer, here to talk to you about the crypto markets. And boy, are we in for a long drop. I said it before, folks, and I'll say it again. We were moving up in the proper channel, and everything was going great. But I did warn that if some news came out, some negative news, that we could see a hefty drop because we were still in a bear market, and it did happen. So if we go ahead and look at the chart here, we can see this is the top of the channel. This is the bottom of the channel for Bitcoin. Right now, 13,372.35. That's where I'm buying. I'm buying off this spot here. And if that doesn't hold, we could come down to 12. Let me adjust this. Let me fix that line really quickly. There we go. Okay. So we can come down to 12 and even as low as 10,000. You heard it? That's very possible. Very, very possible. This does not look good. If you look at this, right? So this right here is what we call a bearish engulfing channel. I was telling people in my private group yesterday that most likely if we stay above the channel line, we could be okay for some level of leveling out. But if we break below, which we did heavily, I'm looking at around 13,000. That's the area. It could, not go that far. It could stop off this pivot here, right? We got to look at past data to try and figure it out. So these are the pivots that I look at. So this pivot here could be 16,000. This pivot here, pretty strong, could be 15,000. But honestly, I think we're going to break lower just because we were in that area channeling for so long. We were channeling in that area for so long that I just see around 13,000, maybe even around 12.4. So in between the 12 and 13,000 area, I think is the next level for Bitcoin. And because that broke, we are going to look at Ethereum. So Ethereum here, here's the channel that I have. I have some buy orders at the 1,000 and then at 887. If that breaks, if we see a major break, we could come all the way down to 6, even $300 a coin. I don't think it's going to go that low, but I am going to prepare myself and get ready to set up buy orders. We are starting to look really, really strong. And then the news with FTX broke out, and here you go. ADA Cardano, I still have the same rule that applies on ADA Cardano. If it breaks below this spot right here, I'm not even touching it. I'm currently not buying anymore. I'm waiting out, but I have a lot of people that are invested and involved in ADA Cardano, so I'm keeping it on the list for now. So Bitcoin, again, around 17,000 is where it's currently at. I'm expecting around 13 to 12. It could land somewhere in between, but these are the areas that I see where it bottoms out. Ethereum is, I have several orders set up here because it still has a lot of support in this area and the 1,000 area. And then if that breaks that support, 800, and if that breaks, then we're looking at 6 and 3. So that's kind of the overall level here of what's happening. This isn't panic mode. This is opportunity mode. A lot of fear is coming out, a lot. And that's something I want to kind of talk about real quick. I just want to go over this and kind of explain when these things happen. When China was saying that Bitcoin was going to be banned, when the United States said that they were going to put in heavier regulations, like fear, uncertainty, despair over and over and over, which is flooding the market. Fear, 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 fear. Now FTX is in trouble because of their FTT token and and it makes sense, right? So they over leveraged the token and they were borrowing against it, and then there was talk about Binance selling it and then leveling it out, whatever. Here's the thing, this isn't good for the market. It's not good if FTX goes under. It's really not good if Binance buys them out and then Binance becomes the biggest target. Because if anything happens to Binance and it becomes the world exchange center and it has any financial troubles at all whatsoever, it's going to cause some serious issues with cryptocurrency. But I do want to be really clear. Bitcoin has been around before these exchanges and after. Remember MT Gox for all of you OGs? I remember MT Gox. I traded on MT Gox. I remember that, and I remember what happened. And there's this huge scandal, and then the coin crashed, and everybody said Bitcoin was going to zero, and then it made a new all-time high. So just keep that in mind. Like, the exchanges will come and go, and they'll rock the markets, and it will take longer for recovery. But Bitcoin so far has held through all of those without any issue. So I'm not too concerned about it. I'm still buying. I'm still, trading it as necessary. Right now I'm doing a lot of shorting with Bitcoin because, well, we're in short method now. Like, there's no reason not to at least try to sell and then rebuy, at a lower price. It just makes sense. We're in a bear market. We have to respect that we're in a bear market and just keep that in mind. The other thing that I want to remind you guys, and this is very, very important. Some of you have said that they were concerned about having some of their coins and tokens on FTX. If you're not using an exchange for staking, then get your money out of there, get a ledger, lock it up. You can message me. We can work something out so I can help you set up the ledger and get everything set up the way it needs to be so you can protect your crypto, because it should not stay on an exchange. It doesn't matter if the exchange has been around for a while. Doesn't matter if the exchange has all the clout in the world. FTX has been known to be a pretty solid exchange, and something happened with their books. They over leveraged with their token, went too far, and, well, now everything's dumping. So if it comes to the point where they cannot pay back their customers one for one, then that doesn't bode well. So do yourself a favor, get yourself a ledger, and learn how to cold storage. All right, guys, hope this is educational. I know that it's rough and scary, but in the same regard, it's not the end of the world. And until next time, stay safe, stay studying.